I am racing the Ellesmere Port 5K tonight. So right now it's like 6:30 in the morning. I am doing a little pre-race shakeout, as I like to do every time I have an evening race. I'm just going to do 15-20 minutes easy with some strides. Shakeout done. I'm going to do my strides in a second. I'm only on my second week in my Valencia Half Marathon training block and already on a down week with this 5K race. Monday, Tuesday I didn't run as much as I usually would to kind of freshen up for tonight, and we're not gonna make the rest of the week ridiculously heavy to try and catch up, because although it's just a 5K, it's fairly short distance, still an effort you need to recover from. And also it's very early in this block, which is going to be 12 weeks long. At this stage we don't need to stress too much about hitting, a certain weekly volume. I have plenty of time for some big weeks of training. And also when I say a down week this week, I'm still gonna run anywhere between 86 to 90 kilometers, which is down compared to 105 kilometers last week, but it's still decent volume, really. Breakfast time, the good old bowl of oats. I put a bit less protein than usual today because I want to avoid anything that could not upset my stomach but make me feel more bloated than I need to be tonight. And sometimes some foods are completely fine, and then on another day the same exact food make me feel bloated and sluggish. That's really the thing that stresses me out with evening races, because I get bloated so easily. It's like the eating situation, like getting the breakfast, the lunch, the afternoon snack right to feel the best I can possibly feel in the evening when it's time to race. And I was looking at the weather because it is quite warm again these days in the UK. So tonight at 7:15 at the start of the race, it's going to be warm, but it could be worse. It's going to be about 23 degrees Celsius in Ellesmere Port. Ideally I'd like it to be cooler, but nothing we can do about it, really. And now looking at the course, I'll put the map on the screen for you. So it is one single lap. Looks like quite a good course. The course records are 13:55 and 16:37 for females, so not slow. It's on closed road. There will be just one footpath section, which seems quite narrow. I think that's going to be the tricky bit. Probably can't quite overtake easily around that part. So yeah, just need to be mindful of that. Now I have zero idea what I'm going to be able to run tonight. Ideally sub 18:30. Really, I'd love to run as close as possible to my 18:12 PB, but I have no idea. And it's not an race. I've not really been thinking about it. Definitely not been training specifically for it. So yeah, we'll just see what I can do. 3:20. We're gonna leave in about an hour because Ellesmere Port is not exactly next door for us. And I really need to get a move on because I've not packed what we need. I've not decided what I'm going to wear yet, but I've decided on the most important, which is the race shoes. I'm going to go with the Adjust Pro for today. So this can go in the tote bag along with Ben's race shoes. Ben is racing tonight, by the way. I don't think I've mentioned it already. He's going to wear his Saucony Endorphin Elite, which he absolutely loves at the minute. So things we need: the heart rate monitors, the sunglasses. I'm going to bring some energy chews just in case. Also bringing a few gels. Ben is likely to have an SIS caffeine before the race. He actually has a session after the race, which he only realized he had to do today when he looked at his plan. He's probably going to have another gel afterwards, so a non-caffeine for the post-race session. And I'm also bringing my camera. Now I'm not quite sure about the filming situation tonight. Ben is racing, so he will not be my cameraman. And honestly, I'm finding it so hard when I'm racing a 5K to film at the same time and hold my hand like this with the camera. I'm very sorry, I cannot bring myself to wearing a cap and sticking the camera on my forehead. It's a no. I cannot do it. And when it's a half marathon and the pace is not as hot, it's fine for me to film a little bit. When it's a 5K, it's a bit different. So no promises for tonight. I might film something, I might film nothing. About 25 minutes from the start, it It wasn't windy at all this morning, and of course now it is windy as we're going to race. Let's just see how we do, hey? So I somehow managed to run a new 5k PB, a small one, okay, very small one. It was only a PB by 2 seconds. My chip time was 18:10, but every second counts, okay. When I was running, I could tell that I wasn't far off my PB. I didn't think I would run any faster than 18:12. My GPS was a little bit off the mark, like my watch was clocking the case a little before the official K markers, so I didn't really want to trust it too much. I could see I was right around PB pace, but I didn't think I would, run any faster. So that was a real pleasant surprise when I got the text with the official result once I crossed the finish line. I really enjoyed this course, you know. It's a really good course, really flat. The only bit I didn't quite enjoy as much is the footpath because it is really narrow. You need to run in a single file, you cannot overtake, and the underfoot, most of that section is quite uneven, a bit rough, could be a bit of a trip hazard. You really need to be careful. Other than that, honestly, a great course. I reckon if they could get rid of this footpath section and bring the Mid-Cheshire 5k field onto this event, then it would be absolutely perfect. And I think even with the footpath, I do prefer this course over the Mid-Cheshire 5k one, to be honest. And also a great thing about this event is that there was an ice cream truck at the finish line and you could get free ice cream. And let me tell you, on a warm summer evening, an ice cream is much better than a medal at the end of a race. At first I was not gonna get it because by the time I was ready for my ice cream, the line was really long and I was like, not sure I can be bothered. But then I realized that Ben had to do his post-race session, so I actually had a fair bit of time to kill. So I went in the line and I got my ice cream and it was really nice. Unfortunately, Ben didn't have his best race. Unfortunately, his tendon started playing up again. I mean, he ran 15:34 despite stopping 3 times to try and release his tendon. So it's not a terrible time, but the most frustrating thing about this is that after the race, when he did his session and his tendon was really warmed up, then he had no issue at all, no tendon flick during the session. So he realized that he really needs to do proper activation work before a race, just like he did at the Wimsor 10K. That's why he PB'd. He had spent a lot of time in the morning warming up, doing exercises with his band and everything, which he didn't do this time around. So yeah, that's a lesson for next time. I have just finished my last run of the week. I had a progression run, 90 minutes, very similar to what I did last week. So I should finish this week on just a little over 90k. I'll put the exact stats on the screen. I don't know exactly right now. And to give you a quick rundown of this second week in my Valencia block. So Monday, easy hour. Tuesday, easy 45 minutes. Wednesday morning, little pre-race shakeout. Wednesday evening, the 5k race. Thursday, easy 70 minutes. Friday, I had a double, easy 50 in the morning, easy 30 in the afternoon. Saturday, yesterday, easy 70 minutes. And then this morning, 90 minutes progression run. I made it to the gym 3 times. And I got myself a new 5k PB this week, so pretty successful all around. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you've not already to follow along on my Valencia training. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!